Are you overwhelmed by motherhood and barely keeping your head above water? Are you confused and frustrated by how all the other moms make it look so easy? You can't figure out how to manage the chaos in your mind, your home, or your family. I get you, mama. Parenting with ADHD is hard. Here is your permission slip to let go of the Pinterest-worthy visions of organization and structure fit for everyone else. Let's do life like our brains do life, creatively, lovingly, and with all our might. When we embrace who we are and how our brains work, we can figure out how to live our lives successfully and, in turn, lead our families well. At the end of the day, we just want to be good moms. But, spoiler alert, you are already a great mom. ADHD does not mean you're doomed to be a hot mess, mama. You can rewrite your story from shame spiral to success story. And I'll be right here beside you to cheer you on. Welcome to Motherhood in ADHD. Hey there, Successful Mama. It's your friend Patricia Sung. I want to continue our discussion from last time about a lot of the well-meaning advice we get is from people who say things like, well, if you were just a little more organized, then you'd be organized. And you're like, good, that doesn't make any sense. Yes, if I were more organized, I'd be more organized, but my brain doesn't work like that. And we talked about how you would never say to your friend who's in a wheelchair, if you just used your legs more, then you could walk faster. No, you would never do that. That's ridiculous, right? So it is just as ridiculous to turn to somebody with ADHD and be like, well, if you're just more organized, you'd be more organized. What? That is crazy town. Can you imagine somebody in a wheelchair rolling up to the front of the building and being like, cool, I'm just going to roll up these stairs? No, they take into account the fact that they're in a wheelchair and choose a different path, right? They're like, I got to find me this ramp. Where's the ramp? How do I find the ramp? Do you know where the ramp is? Oh, here's the ramp. I'm going around the ramp. They do not try to take the stairs in their wheelchair, right? So we have to approach our disability in the same way. We can't just go out and be like, well, cool, I'm just going to do a little more organization here. I'm just going to climb these stairs in my wheelchair. No, we have to look around and say, where's the solution for the no organization skills? Where's the solution for the person with no emotional regulation? Where's the solution for somebody who is terrible at figuring out how long something takes? We need to go in to the problem with the filter of what's going to make sense for my brain. And everybody around us is going to be telling us, just go up the stairs in our wheelchair. And we need to say, no, I need to find the solution that works for me. So for example, when we're talking about keeping up with our calendar, one of the first steps is we have to write it down immediately. And you're going to be like, well, duh, Patricia, that sounds like Captain Obvious advice. Well, sort of. Here's the thing. I say that this is the first step because when you make an appointment, you confirm, yes, my appointment is on the 8th at 9 o'clock. How many times have you told yourself, I'll write that down in a minute, or I'll remember that later? Do you actually remember it later? Do you actually write it down? No, we don't. We don't write it down. We don't remember it later. Our brain doesn't work like that. So when you go into that situation, we have to say to ourselves, I am not going to remember later. I am not going to write it down later. I have to do this now because that is what I need for my brain is I'm going to write this down right now because otherwise I am not going to do it later. We have got to stop lying to ourselves and say, I'm going to do that later. No, you won't. No, I won't. No, we won't. We won't. Don't lie to yourself. I'm trying not to lie to myself. I do it plenty of times. But we have to get out of that habit of thinking, cool, I'm just going to do what all the other brains do and remember things. Oh yeah, I'll be able to do that, when I wake up tomorrow and I'm magically this new human that remembers stuff. No, that's not a thing. We have to stop lying to ourselves and tell ourselves that we're going to do things we're not going to do. No, go into the situation knowing I have ADHD. I am not going to remember this later. I am not going to write it down later. I have to do it now or it's not going to happen. And I would challenge you to even say, I want to do this now because I know it's not going to happen otherwise. This is what's important to me. These are the structures that I need for my ADHD brain. This is what I want to do because I want to be successful. I don't want to feel like crap later on when I didn't remember that thing. I want to feel good because I wrote it down and it's here. This planner serves as my external brain. All the things that my brain cannot do by itself, the planner is my brain extension. It keeps track of the things for me so that I don't have to. I'm not expecting my brain to do things it is not going to do. That's why I have a planner. The planner will remember the things that I write in it because that's the beauty of planners. Books, paper, computer, however it is that you use it, that thing is going to contain the information that I put in it for me. It's lovely. Do you wish there was a way to feel confident about your day? To know exactly where you need to be, when you need to be there, and what you need to do today? I know what it's like to buy 15 different planners and not use any of them for more than a week or two. When you're tired of disappointing your family, your boss, and yourself. Imagine with me that tonight, when you look back at your day, you know that you did the things on your to-do list. You showed up well. You feel productive and accomplished. That's why I created Daily Planning for ADHD Moms, where I teach you how to keep a calendar and organize your to-do list. When you learn these skills from another ADHD brain in super short videos, they finally make sense. So now you'll be able to keep up with the commitments you've made and feel confident in how you're organizing your day. You'll walk away with an easy to stick to 3-step system to keep up with your calendar and a simple way to sort through the giant to-do list and figure out what actually matters. Plus, we have a weekly accountability group so you can ask questions when you're stuck and jump back on the wagon when you fall off. Because you will fall off. That's just part of ADHD. But now you will know how to prepare for that. So if you're ready to figure out your day in a way that makes sense both for mom life and an ADHD brain, I want to help you make this happen. I know August is crazy when we're transitioning into the new school year, and I want you to have the tools you need to start well. So I have a back to school bonus for you. Sign up before August 27th to get 20% off your class. Join me at bit.ly/ADHD plan. That's bit.ly/ADHD-PLAN. It's all lowercase letters. I cannot wait to see you feel confident and competent in how you run your family life. I want to give you that gift of freedom in accepting, my brain does not do those things on its own, and it is okay because I have a system in place that is going to bumper pad that weakness for me. Now, there's a lot of people out there who want to be like, well, this is a society problem. They expect us to do these things, that blah, 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 blah. You know what? Don't get me wrong. I got a lot of problems with society and their expectations, but we also need to be based in reality. Here is the situation where we are. We are moms, and we have to keep track of a lot of ish for lots of people, okay? And who is it that reaps the consequences of when we forget things? Not only us, but our kids too. And then we feel like doo-doo. So we can go on a rant and a soapbox about how society shouldn't expect things of us, but here's the deal. It affects our family. It affects our kids when we are not on top of these things. Does it suck? Yes. But here we are in reality. And so I don't want to be a whiny baby about the thing that I can't control. What I can control is how do I deal with it in my life? I have a system to keep track of all the things because as moms, we have to keep track of so many things. And unless you plan to go off grid and homeschool and grow your own veggies, even then you got to keep track of things. You got to keep all the veggies alive, So there is no solution in motherhood when you're not responsible for lots of things. This is the situation we're in. We have kids. We have things to take care of. We have to keep people alive. They have to go places. If we don't send them to school, they come looking for you. So here's where we are. Reality is moms have a lot of stuff to keep track of. What are we going to do about it? We are going to come up with a system. We are going to set the foundations in place so that we can keep track of as many of those things as possible and feel good about it. We can feel confident. We can feel capable. We can have a peaceful day when we have a system in place. Now, does this system happen overnight? Is tomorrow we're going to wake up a new person and voila, we have a system? No, we have to take time to put the system in place. It takes practice. Our brains need more time than other brains to get the hang of things. So it's not if you're listening to this on Thursday, Friday, magically you have the system in place. No, it takes time. We give ourselves grace to take the baby steps to get there, but it is possible. Like, I am here to tell you, like, living proof, I organize a lot of crap. Most people tell me they don't know that I have ADHD because I'm very organized. This isn't like a magical innate skill that like I was bestowed upon. No, I work my butt off for these things. But there is a way to make it easier on myself. Like before I was a perfectionist and I thought everything had to be a certain way. And now I have a priority system of like, does this really matter? What are the things that I really need to be working on? How do I figure out what actually matters today? I want you to have the confidence to know, like, I have ADHD. I know that there is a way that I can figure this out and be successful with my ADHD. I don't have to get rid of my ADHD in order to be successful. We don't have to repeat what we see 90% of the world doing, which works great for them. Lovely. Happy for you. But will not work for me. Like, I don't have to do the thing that everyone else is doing in order to make it work. I can have a way that makes sense for my brain and still be successful. All of those people are like sprinting and we're running hurdles. And if we just run like we're sprinting, we crash into the hurdles. We will fall on our face. We get bumps and bruises, right? Like we need a different tactic because we are running a different event. Ours is harder. Ours is more difficult. We have things to jump over. We have obstacles. And I get that those people don't understand. They don't know what it's like to jump hurdles because they're just enjoying their little run. I'm starting to sound a little bitter, so I need to change my tone. So we have to go into that hurdle race knowing that, like, I can't just plow into the hurdles. I can't use the same tactics as sprinting because I'm going to fall on my face. I go in knowing, all right, here's my hurdle. What am I going to do about it? How am I going to get over that or around that? Like, what are my options to overcome that obstacle? How can I think about them ahead of time and prepare myself so that I'm not just plowing face first into the hurdle? Or that I don't run up to the hurdle and see it and then get stuck and be like, ooh, well, I don't know what to do with this. And I just stand there and I'm like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do because I'm not prepared. So if you are ready to problem solve with your ADHD in mind, I am here to help. I would love to have you in daily planning for ADHD moms. Our back to school bonus goes through August 27th. You have 20% off your class. Sign up, all lowercase letters. It's bit.ly/ADHD plan. That's bit.ly/ADHD plan. And we will get your life started on a firm foundation to feel prepared and confident and capable in how you run your day. I'll talk to you soon, Successful Mama. For more resources, classes, and community, head over to my website, motherhoodinadhd.com.